Is TryMata really a great way to earn up to $30 per test you do, or is it a waste of time? My name is Michael and I have joined to test this platform, and let me just reveal right away that you can potentially earn up to $30 for a user test you do here. And in this TryMata review, I'll give you an inside look and show both the pros and the cons, because even though you potentially can earn, it is not for everyone and you do need to do it with the right expectations. So before I log in and show how it works, let's start by going over the name, because this is very important to understand. This is called TryMata. It's located on TryMata.com, you can see, but it used to be called TryMyUI. So this is very important that if you, for example, used to be a member of TryMyUI, this is the same one now. You will just go here when you try to go to the old website. That also means if you had an account already for TryMyUI, you can still log into TryMata now with the same credentials and all that. And you still have your history and the test that you pass to join and all that. But if you're new to it, you just need to go to the website. You can see there's something called Get Paid to Test. So you would click that and then you go where you can sign up. And this is where you just sign up. It's free. You can sign up from more or less all countries. How many tests you will get, that will vary a lot from country to country. We'll talk more about the overall earning potential a little bit later. What you just need to be aware of is that when you join, there is a qualification test. So you would need to do a test recording, a test of like a website or something like that, and then they will see if you qualify, because they need to make sure that you understand how it works. I will log in and then we'll talk more about how it works. You just need to be aware of that test when you first join. It is an unpaid test, so you will not get paid to the paid test until you have actually passed that. But let me now log in and then we can talk more about the earning potential and how it works. I'm now inside the platform, and as you can see, there are some different available tests, or this is where you can find the available tests. You can find them for different devices, for example, for computers or phones. And how it works is usually that then you would need to, you see there's a TryMata recorder, so you would need to download that also, and then you record your screen. And you get a task and you need to like record your screen while you speak out loud. So you tell them what you're thinking, what you're doing, and they use this to improve different user experiences, different software, different products, things like this. So it can be quite fun to actually participate in. And you can see right now I don't have any available tests, but when there are available tests, you will not only see them here, you will also get an email, but in my experience, you need to be quite fast to apply for these tests because they only have limited spots. So that's one thing to be aware of. And as mentioned earlier also, in some countries, you might not get any test, or you might get one per month or one every other month. In others, you might get a few a week. So it really depends on where you live. One new aspect of TryMata since it changed from TryMyUI is that they have now introduced these live tests, and this is where you can also earn the most. So that means that you are in a queue, and if you get an invitation for this spot here, then you will be participating in a live video call and then complete different tasks and give feedback, but it will be live, so you will have to be present at a specific time. And then you see you can get paid up to $30. So this is a new option, giving you more earning opportunities and also paying more than the regular tests, which usually pays around $10 for a test. So it's not one of the highest paying user tests, but it's still decent. Usually a test takes somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes. So not amazing, but still a quite fun way to earn a bit extra. But if you then get a spot for these live tests, then you can definitely earn more. But let's also talk about the payout options, because you definitely need to always make sure that a platform you join offers payout options that are right for you. So as you can see in the FAQ section is that you will get paid via PayPal, and this is the only payout option. And when you sign up, you give your PayPal email address. So you need to make sure that the email address you join with is the one that's connected to your PayPal account, because if not, they cannot pay you. So make sure of that. And then they will send the payments out every weekday morning. And this is also an improvement they made since it was TryMyUI, because there it used to be weekly, but now it's every day. But just be aware that that does not mean that when you finish, you will just get paid the next day, because the tests still need to be approved, because once it's been recorded and uploaded, so they need to look at it to make sure that you have actually lived up to the quality requirements. So just because you participate, there is no guarantee you will actually get paid. So that's important to understand. So you need to actually make an effort. That's also why they have this qualification test when you first join, so you get a good sense of whether this is for you or not. But how much can you then earn also? So overall, let's talk about that also. So here you can see they also themselves says there's no limit on the test you can do, but expect to get a few each week. But it's not full-time work. Well, I would say a few per week. Yeah, well, that really depends on the country you live in. And even though you get a few invitations per week, it does not mean that you will qualify for all of them. So it's very important to understand you might be able to earn $10 one month, maybe $50 the next, maybe a few months, maybe $100 or so, maybe some months nothing at all. That's just how it is. If you're looking for full-time online work, then this is not for you. Then I will leave a link below to my top recommended way to create a real online business where you with enough effort can build a really great online income. So if that's for you, then check that out instead. But if you're just looking for a bit extra by testing, then TryMata is a legit option, but just not one of the best in my personal experience. So to sum it all up, TryMata is a way to earn by testing websites and apps, and it can be a fun way to earn a bit extra, but you do need to do it with the right expectations. It pays decently, but it's definitely not one of the highest paying user testing sites in my experience. But in general, if you like doing user tests, it's always good to sign up for several options. That's what I always recommend because they usually don't give that many opportunities. So if you sign up for more, then overall you can get a decent amount. I will leave a link below to a list I have of my top recommended user testing sites so you can find even more options. And also, as mentioned, I'll also leave a link to some information about the best way to create a full-time online income if that's what you're interested in. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, then make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time there's a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.